A storm is brewing in Hollywood, and this time it's hitting Alicia Keys right at home. Word on the streets is that a private tape just surfaced, allegedly showing Swizz Beatz and Lala Anthony getting way too close behind Alicia's back. For years, whispers about the two have floated around, but now, insiders claim this might be the proof Alicia could never ignore. Sources say the moment she found out, she exploded. Years of quiet suspicion boiling over into a full confrontation. And if that wasn't enough, the betrayal stings even deeper because Lala wasn't just some random name, she was a friend. Fans are calling it karma. After all, Alicia's own love story with Swizz started in controversy, but that wasn't the whole story, because the roots of this scandal go back years, and the connections are messier than anyone imagined. For most people, the idea of Lala Anthony and Swizz Beatz being linked romantically is shocking. But for those who've been following Hollywood whispers, it's nothing new. Rumors about these two have been simmering for years, popping up in blind items, gossip blogs, and quiet industry talk. According to insiders, this wasn't some random one-time mistake. They claim Lala and Swizz have allegedly been involved for at least 3 years, maybe even longer. If that's true, it means the scandal has been brewing right under Alicia Keys' nose, while the world thought her marriage was picture perfect. What's reignited the drama now is this so-called private tape. The leak supposedly captures a moment between Lala and Swizz that leaves little room for innocent explanations. No blurry angles, no, it was just a friendly hug excuses. If the claims are accurate, it's clear why Alicia reportedly lost it the moment she saw it. Fans have started connecting the dots, looking back at old social media posts, public appearances, and even flirty comments between Lala and Swizz that seemed harmless at the time. Now, with this tape floating around in rumor mills, those moments are being reread in a whole new light. But this messy situation gets even deeper, because the timeline of their alleged connection overlaps with another high-profile relationship. And that's where things turn explosive. Before this alleged scandal with Swizz Beatz even made headlines, Lala Anthony's personal life was already tabloid gold. She was married to NBA star Carmelo Anthony, a relationship that looked solid from the outside but was full of cracks behind closed doors. Carmelo had his own share of messy headlines, from cheating rumors to claims of alleged outside kids. Still, through it all, Lala often played the role of the loyal wife in public. She even told interviewers she wouldn't tolerate a man cheating on her, and if she ever found proof, she'd deal with it head-on. But here's where things get messy. According to multiple insiders, while Carmelo was out making his own mistakes, Lala was allegedly starting an affair of her own with none other than Swizz Beatz. And if the rumors are true, this wasn't a quick rebound after her marriage ended. It may have been happening while she was still married to Melo. Some sources even claim the tension between Lala and Carmelo wasn't just about his actions. He allegedly found out about hers, and that's when things between them really started to fall apart. If that overlap is true, it means the Swizz and Lala connection didn't just blindside Alicia Keys, it could have also played a part in ending Lala's marriage. And this isn't just speculation, because years before this new tape surfaced, a radio host had already spilled the alleged tea. Back in 2021, before this new tape was even whispered about, radio host Miss Jones dropped a bombshell that put the Swizz and Lala rumors on the map. She claimed someone from Swizz Beatz's own inner circle reached out to her privately, saying they had first-hand knowledge of an ongoing affair between him and Lala Anthony. According to this insider, the two were madly in love, but there was a problem. Swizz had allegedly made it clear to Lala that he wasn't leaving Alicia Keys. The source even pointed out what they called clues on social media, like Lala always being one of the first to comment on Swizz's Instagram posts, sometimes leaving multiple replies in a row. The insider claimed Swizz eventually had to tell her to chill because Alicia was starting to notice. When Miss Jones shared this publicly, Swizz didn't stay quiet. He jumped online, telling people to knock it off and insisting that he and Lala were just friends. To drive the point home, he even posted a screenshot of Alicia's song Lala and wrote, "This is the only Lala I'm rocking with." That might have put out the fire for a while, but it didn't erase the whispers. And now, with this new alleged evidence, those old claims from 2021 suddenly look a lot harder to ignore. But Alicia Keys didn't just hear about it this time. Sources say she found something herself, and that's when the calm, polished image slipped. For years, Alicia Keys brushed off the rumors, trusting Swizz's denials and keeping her marriage image spotless. But insiders now claim that recently, she came across something that left no room for excuses. Whether it was a message, a photo, or that alleged tape, sources say it was enough to confirm her worst fears. The reaction? Explosive. People close to the couple say Alicia confronted Swizz immediately, unleashing years of bottled-up suspicion. And unlike past rumors, this time she wasn't willing to sweep it under the rug. Even though the pair had just celebrated their anniversary, the mood inside their home allegedly flipped overnight. Reports claim the arguments have been intense and private, but the tension is impossible to hide. For Alicia, this wasn't just about betrayal. It was about the humiliation of having it come from someone she once considered a friend. What makes this even wilder is that industry blind items had been hinting for years that Swizz had had a quiet side life. Some described him as careful about who he cheated with, avoiding public figures, except allegedly for one high-profile name who had already been through her own marriage scandal. And in this case, that name was Lala Anthony, a woman Alicia had once shared smiles with in public. But behind the scenes, it might have been a different story entirely. What makes this scandal sting even more is that Alicia Keys and Lala Anthony weren't strangers. They were friends. They'd been seen laughing together at events, posing for photos, and supporting each other publicly. That's why, to many, this isn't just cheating, it's a double betrayal. Insiders say Alicia feels blindsided. It's one thing to deal with rumors about other women, but when it's someone who's been in your circle, smiled in your face, and maybe even been inside your home, that's another level of hurt. Fans wasted no time pointing out the irony. Years ago, Alicia was accused of getting involved with Swizz while he was still married to Mashonda. Now, some are calling this history repeating itself, only with Alicia in the role of the betrayed wife. And that's the twist, because Alicia's own love story started with controversy, and the woman who lived through it once had a lot to say. Long before this current scandal, Alicia Keys faced heavy backlash for how her relationship with Swizz Beatz began. Mashonda, his ex-wife, famously penned an open letter accusing Alicia of being involved with Swizz while they were still married, and even while Mashonda was raising their newborn. Mashonda claimed she told Alicia directly that she and Swizz were still together, living under the same roof and trying to repair their marriage. But according to her, Alicia didn't step back. Instead, the romance grew until Swizz officially left. Alicia denied the timeline, saying people were confused, but fans pointed to receipts that suggested otherwise. Now, with rumors that Lala pushed Swizz to leave Alicia, people can't help but see the parallels. What once was Mashonda's pain may now be Alicia's reality. But the drama didn't just end with a breakup. It spilled into a custody fight that kept tensions boiling for years. After the split, things between Mashonda and Swizz Beatz got even messier when custody of their son became a battleground. Reports claim Alicia allegedly encouraged Swizz to push for full custody, which only deepened the rift. Eventually, Mashonda made the difficult choice to put her pride aside for her child's sake. She agreed to co-parent, even appearing alongside Alicia and Swizz in public to show a united front. One memorable TV interview painted them as a blended family, putting the kids first. But behind the scenes, sources say Alicia was focused on reshaping her image. She began carefully crafting interviews and photo ops, shifting the narrative from homewrecker to bonus mom and peacekeeper. For a while, it worked, the public softened, but now, with this Lala scandal, critics say that polished image is cracking, and the past she tried to bury is back in the spotlight. If there's one thing fueling the skepticism about Swizz Beatz' innocence, it's his track record. Long before Alicia Keys, he was no stranger to cheating scandals. While married to Mashonda, he fathered a child with another woman, Nicole Levy, at the same time Mashonda was pregnant. Years later, he was linked to yet another woman, Jana Sebastian, who also had his child. In some cases, these relationships overlapped, creating a tangled web of betrayals. And through it all, Swizz managed to keep his career and reputation intact, often downplaying the drama. That's why many fans aren't shocked by the Lala rumors. They see it as a continuation of a pattern. Some even believe Alicia knew exactly who she was marrying, but thought she could be the one to change him. Now, with whispers of a leaked tape and a friendship turned sour, the question isn't just if he cheated, it's whether history has repeated itself in the most brutal way. Alicia Keys' marriage began in controversy, and now it may be unraveling in the same way. The rumored betrayal by Lala Anthony isn't just about a husband straying, it's about trust broken on two levels, within a marriage and a friendship. For some, it feels like karma. For others, it's a reminder that no relationship in the public eye is as perfect as it seems. Whether the alleged tape is real or not, the damage to Alicia's inner circle has already been done. Fans are now watching closely, wondering if this will end in quiet damage control or a very public split. And if the whispers are true, this scandal could rewrite the ending of Alicia's carefully crafted love story, turning it from a fairy tale into a cautionary tale about love, loyalty, and the price of ignoring red flags.